Hi, and welcome to the 91 Day Business Spotlight Live. I'm your host, Jonathan, and today I've got with me Laura from Activation, and I am really, really happy to have you here with me today, Laura. Thrilled to have you here and share what's going on. Just as a reminder, if you're joining us live, we're doing 2 to 3 of these sessions every single weekday for the next 91 days. We're actually on day 7 today. We've got almost half of the 130 sessions already booked. Laura, I'm so glad you're able to join us today. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do at Activation.
Well, thank you for the invite. This is very exciting, and congratulations on your goal to get all of us here together and online live. I'm Laura with Activation. This is my 25th year with my business, and we're excited to, focus on the ag community. Our main focus is with ag equipment dealers, primarily independent ones that sell implement or upgrade equipment, especially precision ag equipment. And that has been an area near and dear to my heart. I say that I was raised on a farm. My husband and I do farm, and we're raising future farmers. Yes, we're active in 4-H and FFA, as my husband and I were. But also outside my windows here at the office is farmland. And so, when the weather is impactful to our customers, we have a true understanding. And so we help them, the ag businesses, showcase and stand out online. Face to face, they're very, very strong to promote themselves. What we found over the last 25 years is they're somewhat timid about going online. It's a very high tech industry, but as ag people, we're very comfortable face to face with a handshake. And so what we want to do is take that and amplify their message online.
Well, I love that. I certainly living in a small community like I do myself and having a number of farm implement dealers there, I know the need that they have for that digital marketing. As you said, they're really great face to face. They're super strong. You go to their customer service desk and you can't help but loving everybody there. But online, sometimes it's a very different perspective. Talk to me a little bit, Laura, about the how do you help that independent dealer in particular. I'm particularly interested in, like in my community, we've got 3 independent dealers. They all represent different people. One of them has, the Kubota dealer has the Kubota site. It looks like it was right from them. The other two, well, they need your help. But talk to me a little bit about those 3. And again, in a community like that, how do you approach each of those dealers and how do you help each of them do a better job online? Because even the Kubota dealer, while he's got a nicer looking website, it still doesn't really connect. How do you help dealers like that, and what type of things do you do for them?
The first thing we do with the ag dealerships is listen. And I know that's obviously we're going to tell everybody that we listen, but we do take the time to ask specific questions because we want to make sure their story is consistent. So when they do shake the hand and explain to a grower in the area of what they have to offer, if that grower has any additional questions, we want that also to be online. So that's what we really focus on, is listening to them as to how they answer their grower questions, how they go out to promote, how they're upgrading. Not everybody wants to buy new planters or new equipment. It's
Hmm.
expensive. This industry, these pieces are very expensive. So knowing that your local implement dealer can help you upgrade and get more, you want to be sustainable in the agriculture industry. And so some of the practices that we have going now, a lot of them really do protect the environment, do more for the environment. So we want that story to be pulled through. So when that grower meets face to face, they have that confidence because those implement dealers are the expert. We want to take that expert knowledge and have that again amplified online. So we would work closely with that dealer. A program that I rolled out about 7 years ago was Marketing Maximizer, when we actually rebranded to Activation. And I've
Mm.
helped other agency owners also roll out Marketing Maximizer. And what it does is allows us to work on a monthly basis. And we see the website's only one part of the tactics that they put in play.
Yes.
So we want to make sure that communication is carried throughout their social media. I tell them we're not a social media company, but we'll make sure your message is on your social media channels. And that's a
Hmm.
big difference. We, again, just complement what they may be doing. Some of our companies have in-house marketing people. Others do not. And either way, we help and work with them. So if they have an in-team or in-house marketing team, we complement and help them do more. Or if they don't have any, we can handle and work with the implement dealer to, again, be consistent. So when we start meeting with them, we look at 30, 60, 90 days with the marketing maximizer so they know what to prioritize moving forward. And then we also look at what tactics we'll be rolling out to complement their message.
Oh, I love it, and I love how you take that entire approach to helping their marketing because it is more than just a website. It is more than just social media. There's such a need, especially in the communities where these implement dealers are. And I acting like I know. I'm just assuming because I live in one of those communities. But there's a need for them to get connected in that community and let everybody know why they need to be working with that dealership. And again, I love what you're saying there. You know, farming equipment is unbelievably expensive and helping those farmers understand how that dealership can fit into that equipment upgrade process. Even maybe I'm assuming when it's a, you know, that one farmer may be buying new and another farmer may be buying what got traded in, but they
Mhm.
all need the dealership to facilitate that, to maintain that, and to make sure that it all works for them. At least that's my assumption. Am I kind of on track with that or am I
You
missing the
are.
ball?
You are. No, you're right on track with all of that. And having those growers know how to get a hold of their local dealerships and not, it is nice to get those orders elsewhere, but we really want to lift up the local independent
Absolutely.
dealerships because these are also heavy pieces. So shipping is not exactly ideal in a lot of cases. But knowing that their sales team can be there, and again, with it being high tech, what we were seeing is a lot of websites, just as you mentioned with your two examples, it doesn't relate the high tech if they
Yeah.
go on an old fashioned or an older website. So the software updates. There's a lot of things that we can help um, streamline. So when the service teams are out there in the field helping the growers one on one, then they can go and have a place to download those updates and really allow that, you know, areas kind of tied together. So hopefully that helps a little bit
It
more.
does. It definitely does as we take a look at that. Well, we've got a few minutes left. I'd love to know. I don't know if your crystal ball is cracked and cloudy like mine, or if yours is a little bit clearer. But as those implement dealers that are paying attention and listening to what's happening, and that local dealers out there, what are some of the things you think they need to be focused on in 2024, especially as we're recording this in end of January. So in most parts of the country, at least, it's probably not a lot of farming going on. There may be some exceptions, but if you're an implement dealer and you're trying to get ready for that spring rush, what types of things should they be looking at now in January to make sure that they're maximizing and growing their business as well as possible as the growing season kicks off here in a few months?
One key thing is this time of year is extremely busy for growers to attend trade shows and
Mm,
industry events. So you may, as an implement dealer, be attending or not attending, but having that connections, we say that that's when they get the eyeballs on you. So what are you doing with those connections? If you meet a particular grower at an event, how are you reaching out to them thereafter? How will they know to get in contact with you? So right now, this is key in having those connections made so that when the grower might be doing planter maintenance, planter upgrades, or planter inspections, that's all key right now. Same with seed meters. You have a lot of, now is the time as the planters are parked to offer your services to say, hey, we can come out to you, or maybe them bring their planter into you or into the dealership to have all this stuff done so that when the weather does get warmer and it's more ideal to get into the fields, when that soil starts to heat up, boy, does that phone start heating up.
I
So
bet.
again, do you want those calls to come in through the phone, or do you want it to come through text or through the internet? That's the kind of tactics we'll talk to them about. But right now, the cool thing is that if you can kind of spread some of this out and they get their C meters into you, you get them primed and ready to upgrade, they can get back out and then they can get ready to the field. In agriculture, it's a unique when we can't procrastinate, and we definitely understand why we can't procrastinate, because again, as farmers, if we put the seed in the ground, we can't expect it to be in full harvest in a month or so.
Hmm.
You've got that, you can't procrastinate. It's the same thing with with marketing or upgrading or doing anything that to let that communication with your growers happen, you only have certain windows of opportunity to move forward. And as they say, the best time to plant a tree was yesterday, and now
Yes.
is the second best time. It's the same thing with this. When they get busy in the field, it's really hard to say, hey, we can come in and inspect your planter. No, they're going to hit the ground running. So whatever we can do to complement their service, complement them as experts in the field that they are, that's what Activation is here to do.
Well, I absolutely love it. And obviously, just listening to you, Laura, I can tell you have a ton of experience in this industry. You understand the dealers and how important that is, and that independent dealers looking to find somebody to help them with their marketing. That they deal with somebody that understands the uniquenesses of that farm dealership. If somebody's listening now and they'd like to reach out and learn more about how Activation could help them and their dealership, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you, Laura?
The best way is to go to agtivation.com, and that's AG, just like activation, but we're going to be agtivation.com. And that's the best way to reach out. And from there, there's the phone number, as well as info at that they can email us, or they can schedule a strategy call. The other thing to note, we work closely with the manufacturers, which is kind of cool and very unique in the fact that we have an understanding of what the manufacturers, one, are rolling out this year in the industry, and two, how they would like it amplified out there online.
Mm.
So, as an independent dealer, you can focus on your growers and what you need to do. And we're going to go ahead and once we know what products and services you offer, we're able to utilize the manufacturer materials a little bit better.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And what huge value, again, that brings to the dealer. Well, if you're a dealer out there, I can't imagine any reason you wouldn't want to at least schedule a strategy session with Laura and her team to find out what they could do. Talking doesn't hurt. So, Laura, I want to thank you for joining us today. Obviously, it's a great time of year for these dealers to be thinking about what they should be doing as they head into 2024. And I can't imagine, based on my marketing experience, that there's anybody more qualified than Activation to help them do that. Sounds like you've got everything covered. And with your experience, again, really can be a great guide for them to make sure they're getting the best possible return on those marketing dollars. So thank you for joining us today. I really do appreciate it. If
Thank you
you've
for
been
the
with us on the
opportunity.
live stream, I want to say thank you as well. We really appreciate it. If you're catching us on the replay, that's just as good. And if you happen to be own a business and are out there and you'd like to be spotlighted like Laura was today, Laura, let me ask you, was this hard or was this easy?
No, it was very easy, and it's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. And if you'd like to make a comment down below in the video or reach out to me, Jonathan Mast, on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, you name it, I'll be there and we can get you set up as well. With that, everybody have a blessed day and we will talk to you soon.